Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another fantastic episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye Spinach. She is the tranquil dart of Ringside Society, Delaware's greatest American hero. And whenever he goes to Taco Bell, he orders a chief burrito because he's made of chicken and beef. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. In the second corner, we have the monarch of Mardi Gras, the Baroness of Bourbon Street. When she's not co-hosting Ringside Society, she goes on crazy misadventures, such as picking fights with random people while dressed up as one of the Road Warriors, dressing up as Sergeant Slaughter and making people do 45 jumping jacks, and also fighting black magic women for a seat on the bus. That's a new one she does. Louisiana's own Kathy Knight. And the third corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always positive, life is great, repping 592, living in the 718, no cap, straight facts, the worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. But it's not about us, but we do have special guests tonight joining us for this momentous occasion. This predictions episode is none other than, well, the first guest we have is a man we had, I believe, on season 2 of Ringside Society way back when, pandemic times, dark times. He's actually, I believe he's in New York, the same state I am. None other than the real Silent G, and yes, he will creep up on you like a ninja, G Holmes.
Hello.
And the last corner, we have a man who loves his retro gaming. That's right. He will beat you in some Space Invaders. He'll beat you in Double Dragon. Well, no, you can't really beat somebody in Double Dragon. Wait, you can actually, the last part. But he knows how to play some good Double Dragon, Contra, Super Mario Brothers, you name it. He plays it, and he plays it well. Everybody, welcome to the show, Georgio Arcade. So with that being said, what we're doing here tonight, we're actually going to be giving our predictions for NXT Halloween Havoc. That's right, not WCW Halloween Havoc for all y'all old heads. No, it's NXT Halloween Havoc now. And we have 6 great matches, 6 interesting matches. Man, one of them actually has a young lady who actually appeared on our show. I feel like a proud big brother, a proud uncle. Roxanne Perez, who was actually on our show on our second season, is actually on this show as well. And let that be a lesson to those of you that actually interview people. Interview everybody, because you never know where somebody's going to be in life, and especially in professional wrestling. I mean, come on, James Ellsworth got signed. So that should be a sign for you to be like, oh, snap. You know what? I'm going to interview everybody. And we've actually seen it with not just Roxanne, with AQA, with Danny Limelight, and several others as well too. So that's a bit of advice that you're getting from one of the best podcasts a professional wrestling fan should listen to. And with that being said, how does everybody feel about the card tonight? I mean, tomorrow actually. Yeah.
It looks like a good card. Probably got some awesome matches on here. I want to see what the spin the wheel, make the deal matches, going to end up being.
Yeah, okay. Kathy, how about you? I know the match Kathy's excited for. I bet I'll put a sandwich on that.
It's about the only one I'm excited for. I don't really watch NXT, so I'm guessing, going with my gut, guessing. So we'll see.
And is that the Roxanne Perez Cora Jade one?
Yeah, that's the one I'm excited for. The rest of them, I don't pay attention to NXT. I keep forgetting it's on. I did watch it this past Tuesday. So yeah, we'll see what's going on. I'll tune in tomorrow.
And Kathy, the thing is, you actually know both of these women, because I mean, obviously everybody's seen the infamous Roxy shin kicks, that the shin kicks she's been giving you. I don't know why you do that. And then you knew Cora Jade when she was Elena Black. And I think you even knew her before she started wrestling. So this is kind of a bit, this is kind of, I guess, is a bit close to your heart because you saw these women from when they were starting out, and now they're like doing, their thing on the big stage.
Yep, it's like you said. I've known Cora Jade before she was Elena Black. We were friends on Twitter, and she was shooting, trying to chase her dreams, shooting for those stars, and she got them. So, yeah, I feel like a proud parent for both of them. Yeah, I still don't remember how the shin kicks happened, but it was Rachel Rose and Roxy at the time. We were talking after a show, and they like double team shin kicked me, and then like Rachel wasn't there for a little while, so Roxy took it over, and it became this big thing where like people saw me after the show, and they're like, hey, Kathy's there, they're telling Roxy, and then she kicks me in the shins again. So it's actually happened like 4 times, and when we knew she was going to WWE, she actually asked me to kick. She kicked me in the shins. Usually people ask her to do it, but that time she asked me to do it. So, or she asked, yeah, she was like, "Can I kick you in the shins?" So I was like, "Oh, she's leaving." So yeah, it was bittersweet, but I actually got to see her last Friday at SmackDown because I was there. So another proud parent moment. Got to give her a hug, and she asked again. She didn't ask for the shin kicks, but she was like, Can we take a selfie?" So we like had to hurry up because she was in her car, and there were people behind her. So she's like, yeah, hurried up and took it. That's why it's blurry. Also, my phone sucks, but yeah, I always have a special place in my heart for Roxanne. Cora Jade too. It's gonna be a good match. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah. By the way, we gotta, you know what? We gotta put that video up on our Instagram page, the infamous Roxy shin kicks. You know, who else? The only question is who else is gonna kick you in the shins? Maybe, maybe Rachel Rose, maybe Amaris Jade. Who knows? But yeah, stop doing all that crazy stuff, man, because you might, we don't have health insurance here. So if you keep doing things like, getting shin kicked from Roxy and Rachel Rose, and I think Thunder Rosa was supposed to give you like 10 chops. Like you're gonna put us out of business, Kathy.
Supposed to have a cage match with Insidious at some point, which the cage did get set up. I'm actually like 1-0. She forfeited. She wasn't there, so I
Jeez.
won by like default. Paige is
Between you,
supposed to Soraya is supposed to beat me up in Target at some point. I don't know how I get myself in these things. It just happens. I'm sorry.
between you and Rob, if Alpha Dog goes after you, I hope you could fight him off because you counted that man's shoulders down.
Oh no, he's done. His
So
career's done, man. So I ain't got to worry about him coming out. You know what I mean? It was career versus championship. So
you better hope he doesn't come back for you under a mask or something, man.
He
You never.
might
oh,
still
I'm
be in the
hoping.
crowd. He'll find you after
Yeah.
the show in the crowd or something.
My pop was like, "Yo, who was that? That dude's big and bad. You don't want to mess with him. Why you doing that?" I was like, "Man, hey." His shoulders are down.
But
Oh man.
yeah, six great matches we have. And I gotta feel. I know we're gonna see some great. We're gonna see some great. Um, we're gonna see some greats wrestling out of all these matches and so on. So, but before I go down the card, G Holmes and Georgia, how do y'all feel about this card, man?
I think this is
I
gonna be. I'll let him speak first.
I think it's gonna be a very interesting Halloween theme to it. Being that NXT has gone through different changes. The first change was kind of like really fast, but I think now with the new changes, it's kind of having a mix of the old NXT. But I'm looking forward to like the NXT card. It's been a while since I've got myself um back into like the NXT fold. But I've been like keeping up with what's going on the Twitterverse. But I am interested in the whole card. It's gonna be solid. NXT usually is a solid event.
It is, and even when it was 2.0 and had all the multicolors and whatnot, I still think they gave a lot of great matches. I mean, it's just that for some reason Vince has like a vibe about him that makes people go, "Oh, geez, Vince's hands are in it. He's gonna mess it up." So I think that's why people didn't really care for NXT 2.0. I didn't have a problem with it. I actually enjoyed it.
Me
Um,
neither. I liked it. I thought it was a fresh new take. Obviously, Vince didn't believe in the old NXT as far as ratings for whatever reason. He just didn't. I don't know. It just seemed like he thought probably was a waste of time or something. So he just like, I'm gonna take over.
yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see how things are with Triple H. They're so far so good. We'll see how things go with Triple H. We're pretty much DX running the roost right now, um,
Hmm.
and whatnot. All right, so here we go. We have NXT Halloween Havoc, which will be tomorrow, October 22nd in Orlando, Florida, at the Performance Center, and we have six great matches. Whew, these are gonna be. I already think it's gonna be highly contested. So I'm gonna just go down. I'm gonna go down the card, and then I'm gonna go around, ask everybody pretty much who they think is gonna win and whatnot. And once we're done with the card, I'm gonna ask if I have any. We're gonna ask if y'all. I'm gonna have ask if y'all have any final like predictions as to what may happen, heel turns, face turns, whatnot, all that good stuff. And for those of you watching and listening at home, feel free to leave your comments below. We're on YouTube right now. We're on Twitch. We're not Instagram. We're on Facebook. So in that little comment section, by all means, please feel free to join as well and leave your opinion about who's going to win, who's going to lose, what's going to happen, all that jazz. Okay. So with that being said, the first match we have up is a spin the wheel, make the deal match. This is a match
Mm.
where you spin the wheel pretty much, and it could be a ladder match, it could be a tables match, it could be a cage match, or it could be a submission or a no DQ match. Anything could happen. And the two participants in this match are Apollo Cruz going up against, it's going to be Apollo Cruz going up against Grayson Waller. Kathy, who you got for this match?
So my heart wants Apollo to win, but I think Grayson might pull it off because he's creepy, like slimy creepy. Like he'll do something, and you never know what match it's gonna be. So he'll probably figure a way to win. So I'll pick Grayson.
Awesome. Okay. Rob, how about you? Who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Grayson Waller, man. I think they're gonna try and build him up. Maybe get him, start feuding with the North American Championship, something like that. I think they're gonna build him up. So I'm gonna go Grayson Waller.
Okay. Cool. Georgio, who you got?
You know, I feel like Apollo could really use a big win, or at least some kind of win, and especially on the pay per view. But I think that they have a lot of stock in Grayson Waller right now, and that's a guy that you can definitely build up as a top mid card talent right now. And like Rob said, go for that North American title. And Grayson Waller, he makes it really easy to not like him. So there's potential there. I feel like they've done tried everything they could with Apollo Crews. It didn't work on the main roster for him. Just some reason he really doesn't connect with the fans like that on a huge level to where WWE is like, hey, let's do something big with him, on a consistent basis. But I just think Grayson Waller is going to get this one, and he's definitely going to use some underhanded tactic to win for sure. So I got him.
Okay. Okay. You're right. You're right. Apollo to me never like, I don't know. Or maybe didn't give him a chance, or they just didn't have the patience. But yeah, you're right. To me, like he just wasn't
He's
doing
a
it.
great in-ring worker. Like he can go in the ring, but his character doesn't connect enough, like to where they have like full faith in him. I mean, they gave him a chance before, but it just didn't work. you know. So we'll see. Hmm.
Okay. G Holmes, how about you? Who you got?
Uh, I think I'm gonna go with Grayson on this one. Spin the wheel, make a deal. You don't know what you're getting involved in, and Grayson is a kind of character that you just can't stand. It's just something about the guy. He says something, and you're just like, can someone just stop him already? But I feel like he's gonna have some tricks up his sleeves.
Okay. So honestly, wow, this is kind of a tough one because you got Apollo Cruz and you got Grayson Waller, two men who have honed their craft on the indies and whatnot. Although Apollo's a bit more experienced, as I think he has like 10, maybe 15 years. I could be wrong. I knew him as Uha Nation on the indie circuit.
Mm, okay.
Uh, yeah, he been wrestling since 2009 apparently. So
Wow.
he has 8 years on Grayson Waller, who started back in 2017. I mean, 5 years is still good experience too.
Okay. Hmm.
Both men are very athletic. They're not that far in age. I mean, they're not that far in age. They're pretty much like only 3 years apart. Uh, but Apollo, since he came back, he's had a renewed fire to prove that he can go and that he can go the distance. And he didn't like the way he was, you know, he didn't like the direction he was going on the main roster. So he's back here to go in a direction that he wants. And I think with that renewed fire that I've seen in Apollo that I've never seen before, I think he's gonna pull out the win. So I'm gonna have to go with Apollo Cruz on this one. I think he's gonna make it happen. So the next match that we have, oh, this is gonna be a hot one.
Hmm.
Woo! If they don't do something with these two could have a classic match, a classic tag team match, and I'll say why. So there's an ambulance match, and it's an
Mm.
ambulance, and we have Julius Creed of the Diamond Mine going up against former Diamond Mine member Damon Kemp.
Hmm.
If Julius loses, Brutus Creed, his brother, will have to leave NXT. Kathy, who you got for this one?
So, like I said, I don't watch NXT that much, but when I read that the stipulation, I was like, you can't have your brother leave. So I'm gonna go with Julius.
Okay. Rob, how about you? Who you going with?
Yeah, I probably agree 100% with Kathy. You can't have your brother, leave wrestling and all that. Just like, oh man, yeah. So yeah, I think like you said, right, it's gonna be an awesome match. Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be a good one. So but yeah, I'm going Julius or Julius. Let's go.
Hmm.
Okay. Georgio, how about you?
I'll be honest with you. I don't watch that much NXT, but I do check it out here and there just to kind of know what's going on and whatnot. I'm not as familiar with these two, but Julius Creed, he does seem like he has the it factor. He definitely got something there. But I don't know. These two, since y'all say they're brothers,
Yeah, they're brothers.
so oh golly. I don't know, man. Like I feel like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. So I'll pick Julius Creed, I guess. My bad if I don't know too much about those two.
Okay. G how about you? Who you going with?
I'm gonna go with Julius Creed. Based on from what I've seen, a little bit of the storyline with the betrayal of Damien from the Diamond Mine and what he did to Roderick Strong. first time this is an ambulance match in NXT that they're doing. There's no way that, Damien uh leaves as the winner with all the stuff that he's done. So you might get a surprise. You never know if you're opening up an ambulance who might pop out. Going with
Okay.
Creed.
So for those of you that are watching, because I'm sure all of us here know what an ambulance match is, but for those of you that are watching and listening, an ambulance match is ambulance match is actually where you have to take your opponent, incapacitate them so much that you're able to put them in the ambulance, and you have to close the door. You can't just put them in with the doors open. You have to close the doors, and once the doors close, you're the winner. And this has happened several times. We've had several of these before in WWE. The most memorable one I remember was Kane versus Shane McMahon at Survivor Series 2003. That was a memorable one as well. I really enjoyed that one. I'm gonna have to go with Julius Creed. I believe he's gonna win this, but I don't think this is gonna be the end. I hope it's not the end of that feud, because for those of you that don't know, Damon Kemp is actually the brother of Stevenson, who is an Olympic gold medalist in amateur wrestling. Now, I don't know if they'll ever put Gable on the NXT brand, but I think that would be a great thing if they were able to get Stevenson on, even for one match, and have Damon Kemp be like, you got your brother. Okay, I'm gonna go get my brother. Boom, you got Gable Stevenson. So now you have two tag teams. All four men have experience in amateur wrestling. That would be a hell of a match. I'm hoping they go with that. But then again, that's just me far thinking and playing armchair booker like I like to do from time to time. But I'm gonna go with Julius Creed. I think he's gonna pull it off. And like I said, he has that fire. He has that vengeance on his mind, and it's gonna be a long night for Damon Kemp. I got a good feeling. So the next match we have is another spin the wheel, make the deal. Um, Spin the wheel, make the deal, and it's actually a weapons wild match. So I guess they've already determined it's going to be a weapons. It's going to be a weapons match. So that means they can use both competitors can use any weapon they want,
Hmm.
and the competitors are, as we spoke about this earlier, Roxanne Perez. She's going to be going up against her former best friend Cora Jade. Now I gotta ask you, I'm a you know I'm gonna be a bit of an instigator. Kathy, you knew both women. I'm gonna start some stuff because I feel like starting some stuff. Kathy, be honest with me. When you were in you went to Texas several times. Were these two women tag teaming?
They've never tag team where when I've gone places. That was like the first time, as far as I know, that was the first time they tag teamed in NXT.
I'm about to say because they made it seem like they were best friends and high fiving
Well,
and
yeah, they were best friends. They've run, different places together. They're friends. That part's true because they're like the same age. They broke out kind of at the same time, so they became friends and they knew of each other, and they were hanging out and stuff before. But I don't think they were ever tag teaming anywhere unless it was like somewhere on the independents that I didn't know about. But I think that was the first time they tag team because they wanted to because they were friends. They were friends before they got into NXT, so they're like, "Hey, let's be a tag team." And then Cora messed it up, of course. So
man, I was so upset. When they were all on the tag teams, like I said, I tend to play armchair booker. I would have been like, Roxy, Cora Jade, Sky Blue, and I guess you could throw in Julia Hart. That'd make a nice little stable, like four young girls. They're at that early 20s age, not a care in the world, just doing whatever and wreaking havoc. That would have been a nice little stable there. But hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get four other girls that'll you know make that happen. But this to me this is going to be a hotly contested match, and I see a lot of kendo swings and I see a lot of swings with kendo sticks going down in this match too. So, Kathy, who you got for this match?
So this is the one I'm looking forward to. Like we said earlier, both of them are near and dear to my heart. But I think Roxanne's gonna pull the win off. Like it'll be a revenge match, kind of. Because if you watch the last match between the two of them, Cora cheated to win. So and Roxy had Cora's stick and she couldn't hit her with it. So we've been seeing like the weeks that have passed that she wants to hit her. Like she was gonna hit her this past Tuesday, but Cora ran away. So she's not afraid to hit her. Like this is the friendship's out the window is what I'm saying. Like Roxanne had a little bit of friendship left for Cora and like a place in her heart, but like that's all out the window now. So now that that's out the window, I think Roxanne will be able to beat up Cora and end up winning.
Okay, cool, cool. Rob, who you got, man?
Yeah, like Kathy said, it's going to be a great matchup, and I honestly think this is like the future of women's wrestling right here. This match right here is going to be like a preview down the line, a couple years or whatever, however long it is. So I'm going to go, in the words of the police, Roxanne. I'm picking her to win. I think she's going to get it. Plus,
Okay,
she was on the show. I got to go for her.
Georgio, how about you? Who you going with?
Oh wait, as I listened to Kathy giving us kind of a little history behind these two, this feud right here kind of reminds me of Bailey and Sasha Banks.
Okay,
Cause like was they was very close, and then you remember those matches that they had. I think we could get that series with these two, and later down the line, like in the future, they might face each other again. With the women's title on the line. So, and given what has happened leading up to this match, also the fact that Roxanne she lost on Tuesday to Rhea Ripley, you got to give her a big win. And I think this is the match that you do that and you establish her as a future, women's champion. And of course, Cora J can always meet back up with her again and they do it again. Like you said with the kendo sticks, I think they're gonna have like candy cane um kendo sticks. Because they love to use kendo sticks in this match. They're probably gonna have like some Halloween food and stuff. They might use that. But I think for this story, Roxanne needs to get this victory. It's a very important one for her. So I got her.
cool. G, who you going with, man?
I am going with Roxanne Perez. Gotta go with them. I feel like their rivalry is just the beginning, and once they both get called up to the main roster, their paths will cross because of their history in NXT, and even more so because of their history outside of wrestling. So it's all going to come together. These two will be future players for the company.
Yep, you're definitely right about that. I got a feeling they're going to be future players, and I look forward to seeing many more matches between them. And I got a feeling they're gonna team up again. You know, but this is gonna be another classic match. I'm gonna go with Roxanne because I think she's gonna pull it off. She's Cora Jade's gonna see a different Roxanne, as opposed to the one that she faced, several months ago. And every time I look at this match reminds me of one match, and this is another match from a Survivor Series. It was Trish Stratus and Victoria, that hardcore match that they had. I would. It was the first ever 1-2 in WWE, and those women tore the roof down. And I know this one's gonna do that as well too. So I'm gonna definitely go with Roxanne for that. And you know what's fun? I like how they built this match too, like just the way they did the build. And even lately, like if y'all noticed, each one of them got two other women that were best friends for the pick your poison matches, Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez, you know,
Mhm.
and those two were known as R&R apparently, and they were never an official tag team WWE, but Roxanne and Cora Jade um picked those women to go against each other.
Mhm.
Well, not against each other, but like each other, like in the pick your poison matches. So I like how they're doing this match. I like the build up. The next match we have is a ladder match for the vacant NXT North American Championship. That's right, the title that was vacated by Solo Sikoa, not voluntarily, but you know, involuntarily because, of course, we all know Solo ended up moving over to SmackDown with the rest of the Bloodline. And of course, you can't be an NXT champion if you're on the main roster. It happened to Paige as well too. So you had to relinquish the title back to Shawn Michaels. Um, Even though he beat Carmelo Hayes, Shawn Michaels was like, "Nope, you got to fight for this title, Carmelo." So this match is gonna have, I believe, 6 people. Let me see,
One, two. It's
maybe
5.
5 people.
I think
Okay,
it's 5. Yeah.
so you got Carmelo Hayes, who will be accompanied, of course, by Trick Williams, Oro Mensa, Wesley, Von Wagner, who will be
Hmm.
accompanied by Mr. Stone, and Nathan Frazier, who actually had a sweet 2 out of 3, two best out of 3 series
Hmm.
with Axiom was his name. But yeah, those 5 men will go at it for the in a ladder match for the vacant North American Championship. Kathy, you got for this one?
So ladder matches are always fun. They always pull some kind of crazy spot, and I'm pretty sure they'll do this too. So I think Carmelo might get his title back. And the second backup to that would be Wesley.
Ooh.
Cool.
Hmm.
Rob, who you got?
I was thinking, yeah, I was like, I need an upset here and stuff, and I was like, man, I think they might have Carmelo, keep going for the chase. They have him lose, but he just chases after the belt, because the chase is always better, than the reign, I guess. So I was going to
Hmm.
say Wesley, they might pull something out. Wesley, maybe Von Wagner, maybe something crazy, I don't know. But yeah, let's go Wesley. But I think Carmelo, he's going to chase after it.
Hmm.
Okay. Georgia, who you going with?
I was gonna say Carmelo at first, but I like the idea of him chasing after the title, having to go through all these little obstacles and stuff, and I think it's gonna add a lot of layers to his character for future feuds and stuff. He may even get into it with Shawn Michaels. As a result, you never know. I like Wesley. He's been really getting buzz. He's really starting to get over with the fans. And you see the reaction that he gets when he comes out. The people love him. So I think Wesley could be the one that wins this, but I would definitely watch out for Von Wagner. He could make an upset, but my pick is Wesley for this one.
Okay. G Holmes, who you going with, man?
It is a tough call. It is a tough call. Carmelo Hayes has been the guy, as he never misses. That's what he says. I originally was gonna go with Carmelo so he can, rack up on his North American reigns. But I was thinking, what if Wesley is the guy to do it? The little underdog. Who doesn't love an underdog? Um, and then I could see kind of Carmelo and Wesley going at it, or Carmelo having to go through different wrestlers to go for his championship. And if that doesn't work, there's always the main roster. So I'm gonna
Okay.
go with Wesley.
Okay. Whew. Five men. Who is going to win this North American Championship? Hmm. Man, this is a hard decision. But I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Wesley. I think Wesley's gonna pull it off. He didn't get. He didn't get it last time. He didn't get it the chance to fight for the title last time because Carmelo and Trick Williams attacked him beforehand, and unfortunately, he couldn't get that. He couldn't get that title shot. So, and this is where Solo Sikoa came in and won the title off of him. But I think Wesley is definitely gonna pull it off. I don't see Carmelo winning it again because he doesn't need it, man. It's time for him to elevate. It's time for him to go after that big one, man. Either that or maybe go to the main roster, or if he's that good of a friend, maybe team up with Trick Williams to go after the tag team titles. But I'm gonna have to go with Wesley, and my backup is gonna be Von Wagner. I think Von Wagner, because Von Wagner's been a force. He's been killing it. And for those of y'all that don't know, he has this in his blood. He's actually, I think he is Bo Beverly's son. Um, as well. Yep, he's Bo Beverly's son. And for those of you that don't remember, Bo Beverly was one half of the Beverly brothers. Kathy and Rob, I know y'all two probably remember these two. They were a bit of a short-lived team. G and Georgia, I don't know if you remember them, but they were two guys that would come out. They were blonde, they had long blonde hair, and they would come out in
Hmm.
purple jackets and purple capes, like they just graduated college,
Huh.
and that was their gimmick.
They sound
So
familiar.
yeah, so if you look at SummerSlam 1992, they faced the natural disasters, and they were also on Survivor Series 1991, and
Hmm.
also they were also in the 92 Royal Rumble when they faced the new foundation. I could be wrong about that, but I think they were on. That was they were at that event.
Yeah,
So
I remember them. I just looked them up now. Yeah, I remember them.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
So that's his, Bo Beverly's Von Wagner's dad. So I think if not,
Nice.
Von Wagner's going to pull it off, and that'd be great because you got a big championship as a manager. Yeah, that would I'd be cool with that as well too.
Yeah.
So the next match we have is a singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. We have the defending champion Cody Rhodes going up against
Hmm.
Alba Fire.
Ooh.
Can't do that for this one.
So I want Alba to win, but I circled Mandy. Mandy's probably gonna retain because I don't know who's gonna beat her. It's probably not gonna be Alba. I want it to be Alba, but I don't think it's gonna be uh Alba's time yet. I think Mandy's gonna retain, but I still don't know who will beat her. Sonya Deville's been in NXT lately, and with Toxic Attraction, maybe they might have some unfinished business there. And it would be cool if Sonya would win, but I'm like fantasy booking. But right now, I would say Mandy's gonna retain.
Hmm.
Rob, how about you?
Yeah, I think Mandy's going to retain, but yeah, Kylie Ray or yeah, Alba Fire. Yeah, sometimes yeah, I've always liked her. She's real good, so it's going to be a nice match. So yeah, I hope she wins. I want her to win, but yeah, I agree. I think Mandy's going to win because I can't see anybody beating her right yet. I'm trying to think. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody. Plus, it's late, so yeah, I'm gonna go Mandy Rose.
Okay, Giorgio,
Hmm.
you know with
I think Mandy Rose will win. She might use some kind of underhanded tactic to win because she's a heel, and obviously, I think Alva Fire might get the best of her at some certain points of this match. So Mandy Rose is gonna have to, do some evil tricks or something to get the win, and I could just see that happening. I don't know if Alva Fire is the one to beat Mandy Rose right now because she's on a roll. I think Roxanne could be the one that beats Mandy Rose. Now imagine that. I think that's who they might save, the person that's going to beat Mandy Rose. Because you think about it, whoever beat Mandy Rose is going to hold that title for a while, you know. And also, I think Mandy Rose might lose the title at a takeover event. You know, they usually have like big title wins at a takeover, so that's what I think might happen there. So I got Mandy Rose.
Okay. G Holmes, who you going with?
Mandy Rose has been an impressive champion, a toxic attraction, and with Sonya Deville, I don't see her dropping the title now. I'm gonna say she retains. Either Sonya helps her out somehow, and Manny takes advantage. But I can say probably around, I don't know, December, we might see a new champion. Whoever is the one to beat Mandy is the next person to carry the NXT women's division. So my
Okay.
pick is Mandy.
Mandy Rose or Alba Fire. I think I'm gonna go with Mandy. You know, Alba Fire to me is ready for. She's ready for the big time. And I mean, she spent long enough time in NXT. She was NXT UK champion for a whole year and change. So she's proven that she can hold her own, and she can actually hold up a brand, hold a brand down and whatnot. So Alba Fire to me, she doesn't need the NXT title. Um, if anything, I mean, even if she does win this one, I mean, it might be a short reign. It wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I don't see her winning. I mean, she's ready to go to the main roster, and I love the red bat that she has and everything. But I'm gonna go with Mandy Rose for this one. I think she's gonna. What I think, and Kathy, you say you play fantasy booker. I'm thinking right now, Sonya Deville's back. I got a feeling Sonya Deville might cause a rift in Toxic Attraction. It
Hmm.
might Mandy leaving and her taking over Toxic Attraction, or
Hmm.
it might be something else. But if Sonya stays there long enough, I don't see it. I don't see it ending well. Or it might be, who are the members? JC and who's the other one?
Gigi Dolan,
Gigi Dolan and Gigi Dolan and JC. I forgot what her name is too.
JC Jane.
JC Jane and Gigi Dolan. It might be like because Sonya and Mandy they're best friends, so they might end up breaking away
Hmm.
from two girls. You know, who
It's
knows?
possible.
Yeah, but I think Mandy Rose is gonna retain. I got a good feeling. So the next match we have is the last match, and it's gonna be
Hmm.
a triple threat match for the NXT Championship. We have the defending champion Braun Breaker
Hmm.
versus Ilya Dragunov, the man who never lost his NXT UK title, versus JD McDonough, the man who's never been champion before. And
Hmm.
I got a good feeling he would make a great champion as well. And oh, Bobby's in the room. Okay, Bobby. You think I should put Cora Jade? Yeah, all in due time. I think it's gonna happen. Are you gonna go
Yeah.
draft? Okay,
Oh, okay.
interesting.
Hmm.
So, Kathy, who are you gonna go with for this one?
So, in triple threat matches, there aren't any disqualifications, and from what I saw on Tuesday, Austin Theory showed up, and he's dangling his Money in the Bank briefcase.
Hmm.
So, I don't know. That could go a couple of ways. Braun would retain as it is with the three of them. I think Braun's gonna retain, and Austin could cash in and end up winning. Or he becomes a big distraction and Braun ends up losing the title to one of the other two. But I picked the way it is with the triple threat. I picked Braun to retain.
Awesome. Rob, who you got for this one?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's beating Braun for that belt anytime soon. Even though Dragon off and Devlin, they can go in the ring like they're like iron lung. You know what I mean? Like they can go 30 minutes, 60-minute match. I think no problem. We got this. You know they can take a beating and all that. It's going to be a hard hitting match and it's going to be real good. But yeah, Braun Breaker's going. I think he's going to take this one. You know I don't see him losing this one for a while. I think he's going to you know, I don't think he's gonna cruise through this match because he's gonna be having some wells and some damage. But he's gonna take this one.
Okay. Georgio, who you going with?
Man, you know what? Like, Braun Breaker has been one of my favorite things to watch on NXT. Since he's came in there, and he's their guy. He's like the big deal, and I don't want to see him lose the title right now. Now, if you want him to drop the title at a takeover, a big takeover, that's cool. Yeah, this is gonna be a hard hitting match. He's definitely gonna have to earn this one because these guys are gonna really put a beating on him. And then I like that Kathy brought up the Austin Theory thing because they didn't just have him on there just because. I do see him being a factor, and it is weird though that they would have him to come back to NXT even though he's been on Raw, but maybe that's what they might do. But for this match right here, I would love for Braun Breaker to win, so he's my pick.
G Holmes, who you going with?
Triple threat match. NXT Championship. Oof. I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker. But also, like we've mentioned before, Austin Theory appearing with his briefcase, foreshadowing perhaps that maybe he can't get to Roman because Roman, he's not always there. Tuesday, who's champion? I can go to Tuesdays and probably cash in. Something tells me we're gonna be seeing Austin Theory a lot more on Tuesdays also. Now, can you imagine if he is the one to cash in at a takeover?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Fans would not be happy about that.
I'm gonna touch I'm gonna touch on that real soon. I'm gonna touch on that. But I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker is gonna pull it off, and he's gonna end up retaining and whatnot. Will Austin Theory actually cash in? You never know. I mean, you never know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, we've seen how he's tried to um, cash in before, and both Roman Reigns, I think Brock Lesnar beat him with a briefcase, so he wasn't
Mhm.
successful. But I think Braun Breaker is gonna retain. However, I've heard a rumor that apparently they're planning on doing away with certain gimmick pay-per-views.
Oh
Um,
man.
it would not surprise me if Money in the Bank was one of them, and
Yeah.
they tried to put it back on wrestling because initially that's what it was. It was a WrestleMania event. It wouldn't
Mhm.
surprise me if they put it back there on WrestleMania, and they had NXT competitors on there alongside SmackDown and Raw. I think that'd be a brilliant idea because then now you're giving NXT competitors a chance to experience the main roster, the biggest stage in them all, and see if they can handle it, and see how the fans react to them as well too.
Hmm.
So I think that may happen, and it wouldn't surprise me if Triple H did that. If they put the Money in the Bank match back on wrestling, I think it'd be great. You know, But and Bobby is saying because no big guys. I beg to differ, Bobby. Trick's pretty tall. Von Wagner's pretty tall.
It's
You,
not that there's no big guys. It's star power. You know, you got to have people that fans really care about,
yeah.
and they can be big or tall or short or whatever. You know.
And Vince McMahon, that whole big guy thing. Vince McMahon started that kind of whole big, muscular guy thing. Vince McMahon
Yeah.
started, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it was great for the '80s, but as with any industry, things change. The dynamic changes. It's bound to happen. So it's not always about the big guys, Bobby. I mean,
It's
it's
about
how you
characters.
work that ring. You know,
People these days, they're not really so much invested into like the big dudes with the muscles and everything, and they have the body and the look. Yeah, that's part of it, but now the fans um idea for like what a wrestler is to them is, sometimes relatable um character and investment. And if a character is, you know, maybe 5 feet tall or shorter, and they have a story that they can attach themselves to based on like real life experience, then they earned themselves a fan. And that's how, you know, fans latch on to their wrestlers. Because, a lot of times there's a big wrestler and fans reject the idea of we don't want this guy, we want her or him. Times have definitely changed. So the
yeah,
model has changed.
yeah. I mean, and we saw it with oh geez, who was this? He just got let go not too long ago, and he was like he would have been good for like back in the '80s and the '70s, but he just wasn't good for this time. I forgot. He used to beat up his tag team partners when they lost. Kathy, Rob, help me. I'm getting old. And he got
Hmm.
let go. He got a win over Jeff Hardy as well. So I forgot what this guy's name was. He used
Hmm.
to he used to randomly. I remember him in NXT. He used to randomly beat up people and like his tag
Mm,
team partners. He beat them up in NXT, and then they put him over to the main roster. And then he had a win against Jeff Hardy. He got let go either this year or last year. He was one of the cuts, but
Hmm.
he was like a generic big. He was like a generic big guy, and I was like, he just did not do it for me. And you know,
was it
he-
Lars?
Must not have been that Lars
that's
Sullivan.
that's him, Lars Sullivan. Just didn't do
Okay.
it. Don't get me
His
wrong.
character
Powerful
didn't
guy.
connect with the fans on an emotional level.
Yeah,
You know.
powerful guy, but he just wasn't it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Had it been in like the '70s or '80s, maybe even the '90s, he would have connected, but he just wasn't connecting now these days. You know,
No. True.
but yeah, yeah. So it is what it is. I mean, that's one thing. Change is bound to happen. So um, now we got so many people of all walks of life. I mean, the model's changing, and wrestling's for everybody, regardless. Wrestling's for everybody. It shouldn't be just for one person. It's for
Yeah.
everybody. You know, there's no more of that macho attitude. You know, nah, it's for everybody. Now, everybody should be able to enjoy, it, right? Regardless of what ethnicity, what religious background, sexual orientation as well too.
Right.
You should be enjoyed to what you should be allowed to watch wrestling, and it should be for everybody. You know,
Yeah.
um, and with that being said, that was our. Those are the matches that we had. That we just went. Those are the matches for Halloween Havoc this year. Um, does anybody have any last minute predictions as to what may happen? Who might make an appearance? Who might turn heel? What team may break up? What team may form? Anything?
Hmm.
No, I'm just excited to see what Shotzi's going to do as a host. You know, what she's going to crazy costume she's going to wear, some crazy skit they might do or something like that.
Oh yes, Rob. Thank you for reminding me. And
Oh, okay.
Quincy's gonna be your co-host. Yo.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be. I know Kathy's jumping for joy, like, yay, Quincy, you know. I'm just messing with. I gotta start messing with Kathy. Kathy's gonna beat me up one of these days. Y'all gonna find me missing here, like tie my face up.
Oh no.
Yeah, but yeah. So all right, so that's it for the predictions episode. For those of y'all that are watching, we're gonna have some polls up on Twitter. We'll try to get those up ASAP, and y'all can actually go on Twitter and click who you think's gonna win, who think's gonna lose, all that good stuff. And yeah, feel free to leave your comments below about what you think about the card and who's gonna win and so on. Bobby, thank you very much for attending once again. We'll try to get you on the show. Shoot us a DM, and we'll try to make it happen. Um, and yeah, with that being said, it's about that time. For well, my eyelids are getting heavy. I already had dinner. That means it's time for a nap. Maybe not in the next, but before I indulge in those activities, I just gotta thank Georgio and G Holmes. Thank y'all very
Thank
much for
you.
you know come on the show.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank
Yeah,
you
I know.
for having me.
No problem. I know last minute, it's late at night, midnight, but we really
Oh.
truly appreciate y'all, taking time. We're always big on fan interaction and getting fans'
Mhm.
opinions, things, and so on. So we really appreciate both y'all coming out here as well. G
Mhm.
Holmes, hope we can have you back on again. Maybe for one of our opinions episodes, or maybe one of our top 10, whatever, or what, because we do topics episodes as well too. But thank
Okay.
you very much as well. So with that being said, G Holmes, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling and all that good stuff?
You can find me on at the Real Silent G on my Twitter and Instagram. But sometimes I pop up on Twitter. I'm around sometimes.
Okay, awesome. So, and Giorgio, all right, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, talk retro gaming, or just regular gaming, and where could and also when they want to buy your shirts as well, because you also have a clothing line as well for your
Sure.
brand
Yep.
as well.
Can't see. Okay. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram is Georgio RK. Like on the screen, you just type it in. It's they both close together, Georgio RK, and I have like all my links and everything on there. And my website is georgiostavern.com. And if just because I love this podcast is the best wrestling fans podcast in the world, use my discount code Arcade to save 10% off your order, or you get free shipping. It works either way. And again, thank you guys for letting me be on here. I'm glad my computer worked because if it didn't, I wouldn't be here right now. So I appreciate it.
No problem, man. We appreciate you as well too. With that being said, Kathy, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, all things Becky Lynch and Paige, and also check out your edits as well too.
So I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord, all at BLUE70517.
Cool. Rob Base, where can fans find you on social media when they want to find out where your next appearances, talk wrestling, and purchase Rob Base merchandise? And where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Rob underscore base 82, and then Facebook, Rob Base. And then November 12th, 1CW, CCW, we got a show going on and House in Delaware. I don't know. I don't think any much of the cards announced yet. The only thing I know is 1CW. We got Miles Millennium versus Ty Awesome for the 1CW Wrestling Championship. That's the only one I know so far. So other
That's
than that, that's keep posted.
That's gonna be hot. Hey, Rob, make sure you call that match good, man. I don't want Ty Austin beating you up again, man.
Oh, me either. Hey, I did ref the Miles Millennium LSG match. That was a real good match. You know, what I mean, they tore it up, and I was like, 2 feet from them, so that was awesome.
I don't blame you. But if you want to find me on social media, not that I have anything cool or interesting to say, but who knows? Maybe one day you'll get lucky and hear me say something cool or interesting. You can find me on Twitter at the Remy Blue, also on Instagram at the Remy Blue, and also on Facebook under the alias Remy Blue as well. Our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitch and Instagram. Well, no, we're on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019, Instagram and Twitter at Ringside Society. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group. Just type in Ringside Society, you'll see us there. We're on Spotify. We're also on Teespring, where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, we have tank tops, we have hoodies for the cold weather that we're getting. Also, long sleeve shirts. We even have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage. So make sure you check us out. Cop some Ringside Society merch. All proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat, and we're going to be releasing our new design very, very soon, between either
Ooh.
tomorrow or next Friday. Uh,
Uh-oh.
it's probably gonna piss some of you off. Rob, you're probably gonna like it. But hey, if it pisses you off, we're sorry. We can't please everybody. If you like it, hey, we appreciate it. Buy it. And we sure appreciate that. That'll let us know we're doing something right. But yeah, definitely check out our Teespring store. And last but not least, we also have a YouTube. We're also on YouTube as well. That's right, where you can find cool production, cool prediction episodes like this one, and also cool interviews like the one we did with Sergeant Slaughter's daughter, the recent one we did with Lara Frazier over in California. We've also had Big Boss Man's daughter on our show. We've had Kayla Sparks, Renegade Twins, Michael Martinez, the brother of Damian Priest, the assassin AK-47, the cousin of Fuego del Sol, and so many other interesting people. Definitely check us out. And all you gotta do is go on Ringside Society, type in no, go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and you'll see that awesome. Oh my gosh. Dark blue and light blue yin yang sign with the blue flames around it. That's where you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. You don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight live. Bobby, it's your birthday Friday. Happy birthday in advance. When I get
Happy
to San
birthday.
when I get to
Happy
Happy
San
birthday.
birthday.
when I get to San Diego, we're gonna toast up like we used to do in Fort Lauderdale, and acting all crazy and whatnot. That's actually my friend from back in Florida. For those of y'all don't know, so we go way back. But we just want to thank everybody tuning in tonight live. We really appreciate it. Thank you. We strive our best to be one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan should listen to, and we're gonna keep on doing that. To those of y'all that have listened to us later on when you get a chance, thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really truly wish we'd go away, well, like myself at the Golden Corral, and Rob Bates at a taco festival, and Kathy Knight at Cafe Du Monde for the buy one get one free special, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
We ain't stopping. But with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we here at Ringside, well, we're very well aware of everybody and their grandparents and their parents of a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. We're not just any podcast. Hashtag we are not the same. And yo, Rob Bass, Kathy Knight, the Wyclef Jean, and the Lauren Hill to my Praz Michelle. That's a Fuji's reference for those of y'all that don't know.
Yeah.
Time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for G Holmes, and one time for Georgio Arcade, and one time for WWE NXT Halloween Havoc.
Woo!
What type of podcast are we?
All right, three, two, one.
We're the
We're
Wrestling
Wrestling
Fans
Wrestling
Fans
fans
Podcast.
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 Woo!
Wrestling Fast Podcast, Ringside Society, and we will be back with another impressive guest. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling so happy tonight. I'm actually going to announce that we're actually going to be having a young lady who goes by the name of Zoe Um, geez, I forgot her name. But we're gonna be having a
We'll cut
young.
that part out. We'll cut the part out where you forgot, the
Nah,
name.
we do this. We do this. We do this uncensored. Actually, it just came back to me. Zoe, please don't kick my butt. But we're going to be having Zoe Sloan from
Ooh.
California. We're going to take a ride to the West Side and interview this young lady who goes by the name of Zoe Sloan. And she actually is a fan. I believe she's a fan of the movie Black Swan and has incorporated into her appearance and her wrestling community. So we're going to be talking to that young lady this Monday at 11 o'clock p.m., which is going to be 8 o'clock p.m. for all my West Coast riders. So make sure y'all tune in for that interview because it's going to be interesting to hear about her journey as a pro wrestler. But until then, we just want y'all to do four favorites for us. That's right, four. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night.
See
Stay
you
classy,
guys.
Delaware.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.